All right, guys, now that I've shown you the elements of our page builder, let's go ahead and create a page from scratch. All right, so in the admin area, we go to pages, create page, and blank page. Okay, you can certainly use the templates if they make sense. I personally like to use the blank pages, but it's up to you. All right, so I'm going to call this health step 1. Okay, I oftentimes like to just keep things simple. If I'm running a health offer, I'll have a domain /health, and then usually what I like to do is have 3 steps, right? I like a question page, a second question page, and then the third page is where I ask them for the email and name, okay? And so we're just gonna go ahead and create the first step of this funnel. And what you would do here is you would create a second question page based off the first page, and you would create an opt-in page based off pages 1 and 2. When we actually get to the traffic portion of this course, I'll show you what a full funnel looks like. For now, we're just going to focus on creating one really nice page. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click create, and I'm going to drag a column over. Okay, and we're going to start here with a headline and a subheadline. Okay, perfect. Over here, I'm going to create a headline based off what I found on Bing.com. I found this ad right here. Okay, 2023 reasonable health insurance rates from $69 per month. Okay, I love having prices in my headline, especially if it is enticing and allowed by the advertiser. When you're done your page, you're going to have to show it likely to a place like Max Bounty, etc., and just say, hey, I want to run this healthcare offer. Here's my page. And they will approve it, or they'll tell you to make some changes. So you might not be able to say prices in your headline, but since it's in the ad, I'm going to go ahead and create a headline based off that. So I'm going to say affordable health care plans from $69 per month. Okay, we're going to go ahead and center all this. Here's a really cool feature too. I'm going to try and make my page look like theirs, but a little simpler and what I think is a little bit better. And I'm not going to copy them, but I'm going to swipe it and improve it. So I want to grab the colors that they're using. There's a Chrome extension called Color Picker. I'll put a link below this video. And what you do is you click on it and you select Pick Color from Page, and you just sort of hover till you get the color you want. I want this blue here to show up in this little box up here. There it is. I'm going to click. And it's now copied the exact color. I can now go back to Float Funnels. I can highlight the headline. I can click on the little arrow beside this A, go to More Colors, and I can literally just paste the color, hit Enter, and there you go. Okay, I've got that nice blue that they had. Next, in the subheadline, I'm going to center that. I'm going to create a question. So I actually entered my zip code here on their page, and it took me to this page right here. So here's a bunch of their questions. Are you looking for individual or family coverage? Perfect, right? Why don't we just swipe that exact question? So we can go back here and we can say, are you looking for individual or family coverage? We can go ahead and just grab the text from here. Okay. Copy that and highlight this and paste it over here. Awesome. All right. I'm now going to go back into the elements, grab another column. Okay, I'm going to drop a button into that column, and I'm going to center it. Now, at the time of shooting this video, we can't center the button the way we would center an image, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But when we center an image and other elements, you select the column itself, and you would go to typography and text align center. You can see that's not working, okay? For now, in order to get this to center, what you want to do is you want to click on the button. You want to scroll down to the dimensions, and you want to set the margin right as auto and the margin left as auto. Press enter, and there we go. You also don't want to make the button any larger than like 150 px, because it's going to look bad on mobile, okay? I will let you know when this button centering is a little bit simpler. For now, this is the best way to go about it, okay? So let's just leave it as is. Maybe make your height. Let's see what it looks like at 100. That's no good. How about we look at it from a 30? Looks great. Okay, you can also just leave it as auto. That's fine as well. So in this button, I want to change this to say individual, right? And we can play around with the typography a little bit here. With the font family, we can increase the size, okay? Maybe go to 24. I like, personally, white as the color of the button. And I'm going to actually create the background color the same color as this orange button right here. So I'm going to use my color picker app, pick the color, wait till the orange shows up in the box. There we go. Now it's copied it to the clipboard. I'm going to click on the button again, and I'm going to go under decoration here, and the background color, I'm just going to paste that in and click enter. Okay. I don't want to have a border. So under border here, I'm just going to change the 1px to a 0. And there we go. Okay. Now if I want to link out to the next page, I select the button, I go to the little settings up here, and I enter my URL in the href. Let's say I wanted to send it to insurance finder. I can't spell here, guys. Insurance finder usa.com/health step 2. Okay, let's just say that was taking me to the second step of this funnel. I would put my link right here, click enter, and now I have a button. Okay, now because I want a family button, the easiest way to do that is just click on the elements, duplicate it, and change this to family. Okay, if I want a little bit of space between the two buttons, you can click on the second button, scroll down to the margin, and I like to just add a 20-point margin between buttons. Okay. So there you go. You have a headline, a subheadline, and 2 buttons. You don't need to make your page look super pretty, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But this page looks absolutely wonderful, except 99% of the traffic you run is going to be on mobile. So in order to see what their page looks on mobile, go to Chrome, click on the 3 dots, go to More Tools and Developer Tools, okay? And you can see right here, it literally is basically headline, subheadline, button, and some images, okay? And then you got all this stuff below the fold that nobody ever scrolls to see. They have a logo and phone number up here because they're the company they probably want you to call. We don't have phone numbers. And I've tested logo versus no logo on mobile, and I can promise you, you get better results without a logo. So having a logo is completely optional. If you want one, you can go to Fiverr. I'll put a link below the video for that. It's like $5 to get a logo. You really don't need one to start out with. You literally probably just need headline, subheadline, buttons, below the fold stuff. Okay. So I'm going to add an image here and some below the fold stuff just to make this pretty. So I drag a column over, drag an image over. I already saved an image, okay, on my computer of these health badges. Okay, you can select it. If you want to, make the image a little bit smaller, you can go down to the dimensions, play around with the width and the height. Okay, say I want to make it a little bigger. Perfect. Now if I want to center it, don't click on the image, click on the column itself. Okay, and you want to go to typography and click center. Okay, you see button should work like that, but right now there's just a little issue. So come back a couple days, check it out. I'll also make an update when that's fixed. If I want to push these a little bit below the button, I can just click on the image, go down to the margin. Let's just say I want to make like a top margin of like 100 or something. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to add another column. I'm going to add some text below the fold. As we mentioned, content is king. I'm just, for time purposes, going to come out to this page, and this page here actually. Nope, I had it right the first time. And I'm just going to copy these frequently asked questions. I'm going to grab a bunch of them. I don't recommend you do this. I recommend if you're going to copy somebody's text that you change it, make it your own. Don't plagiarize, but I'm just being lazy for the purpose of this video. And let's paste that in. Okay. And I just want to make this, hold on here. There we go. I want to make this a heading 1. And if we want to center the whole thing, we could do that as well. Perfect. And now I want to push this below the fold. So I'm just going to hit enter a bunch of times. So when somebody lands on my website, they only see this stuff, but Google will see the whole website down here. Okay. The final thing you want to do on the page, we're going to talk more about this, but I'll show you what that looks like, is you want to insert a navigation bar at the bottom. And why you want to do that is you want to link out to a privacy page, okay? You want to link out to a terms of service page, and you want to have a contact page. These three things are mandatory, okay? And I'll show you how to create a terms of service page and a privacy policy page. The link outs are pretty simple. Just click on here for terms of service. You go to settings and you can set the ahref. Let's just say, again, it was like insurancefinderusa.com/terms. Okay, I would then go create a page called terms, and we'll share that in another video. Privacy policy, double click, go to settings. I'm going to paste that in here, and we're just going to call this privacy. Okay. For contact, click the settings, and I'm going to put mail to. And then, again, let's say you had a email set up, which we'll show you in another video. You would put that right here. Okay. Let's go ahead and publish this page now. I'm going to publish it on my domain. Now look at that. Okay, very simple website. You can see all the text is below the fold here. We have a privacy policy. We have terms of service. We have contact. Everything looks wonderful. Okay, this may not seem like this super duper awesome pretty page like you have over here, but at the end of the day, on mobile, all people are going to see is this in like a small screen. They're not going to see anything else below the fold. They're not going to see all this pretty stuff, call here, pick this state. Nobody scrolls down on their phone. Think about when you're on your phone. Do you scroll down on a website? You likely just stay at the very first screen you see, and 99% of people are never going to scroll down. So in CPA marketing, all you need on your page is headline, subheadline, buttons, and then some below the fold stuff like images and some text, okay? And then, like I said, the privacy terms of service and contact us in the footer. This is it. Very simple page, nothing crazy to it. Please don't focus on making this the prettiest page. You're trying to make this a workable page. You're trying to just get people to go through your flow, all right? So that's it for creating a page. See you on the next one.